Today, we're going a little dark. We're going on the dark side of relationships and talking about emotional manipulations. Before we get started, let's go ahead and get 3-digit views on this video and then list 10 people that's liking it so that more people can see what's going on. You know, emotional manipulation can feel like some Harry Potter witchery stuff going on, like, what are all these magic tricks coming out with me? You know, it can be unnerving, unsettling, and downright just something feels off. What if I told you that recognizing these tactics and what's going on is the first step on reclaiming your power? Let's get into it. Let's start by pulling back the curtain on typical tactics that manipulators will use. Number 1 is gaslighting. Have you ever felt like your reality was being questioned? Everything that you know to be true, that person says, no, that didn't happen. For example, you know that you saw this person get out the car at their cousin's house and then they did what X, Y, and Z. But when you talk to them about it, they be like, oh, that wasn't me. Girl, that was my cousin. We both had the same clothes on, and you know what you saw. So be sure to hit this video if you want to know more about gaslighting. Number 2 will be guilt tripping, trying to make you feel bad about something that is out of your control. For example, you may be more introverted and you don't really mess around with family gatherings like that, right? So when you finally show up, they'll say stuff like, oh, well, somebody done graced us with their presence. Oh, so you finally showing up. Not taking into account that you're coming outside of your comfort zone to even be there. Instead of celebrating you, they make you feel bad or try to make you feel bad about your actions. Number 3, love bombing, where they show you a bunch of attention and affection in the beginning and they're just pouring it on just to use it against you later. What does that look like? They're texting you, hey, sunshine, how are you doing? And as far as holding hands and showing PDA, public displays of affection, and all of that. And it to the point where it may even be overwhelming to you, like, I don't know, this is a bit much soon. But then later they're doing this so that later they can just emotionally manipulate you. They're bringing you in and getting you tied in early so they can control the emotional strings. Let's break down what using these tactics really says about the other person. Gaslighting screams insecure. They have to make another person feel lower than in order for them to feel in control. So guilt tripping, instead of owning up to their own actions and taking responsibility for what they're supposed to do, they try to make you the villain. You're the bad person in the situation. We're not doing that. Love bombing. They're afraid of genuine connection. They bombard you with all of this attention so that they do not have genuine affection. They don't have to go below the surface. They keep it up high. And suddenly you realize they are not as powerful anymore as you thought they were. So most of us want to know why. Why is all this stuff happening? And the reality is, knowing the why behind the tactics, it does help you. It's less about you and more about their internal struggles. So your actions. Number 1, set boundaries. Not only set the boundaries, like honor them, stick to them. And the manipulators thrive on crossing them. But when you set them and you're clear on it, they're going to back up. They'll back up. Next up, seek support. It's from family, from friends, from professionals, whatever you need to do to get to be okay with where you're at. And also they may be validating, because you may be thinking you're tripping and you're not tripping on this part. And you may need another perspective. The next one is to practice radical self-care. Do the things that you know that you need to build yourself, to soothe yourself, to learn about it, and also to build your emotional resilience. Recognizing emotional manipulation is the beginning of healthier relationships and a stronger you. So what do you think? Have you experienced any of these emotional manipulations? If so, how did you handle them? Put in the comments below so we can all learn together and help each other out. Until next time, keep reclaiming your powers and maybe even learn one of those tricks or two, those tactics they're using, so that we can come off with stronger, healthier relationships. Now, wouldn't that be lovely? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.